This podcast presents information based in part on theory and conjecture. The host purpose is to suggest some possible explanation, but not necessarily the only answer to paranormal phenomena. We have not yet begun to touch the surface into these supernatural occurrences. With that being said, welcome to the Paranormal Journal.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Paranormal Journal. I'm your host, John Curley. Welcome to another episode. And tonight, we're going to have a little special guest coming on a little later with one of our old clients. Shelby will be coming on. And I'm going to have Don Frank hosting with me tonight. Don, what's going on, brother?
Hey, bud, how you doing?
What's going on, bro?
Not a whole lot. How you been?
Oh, man, busy at work and life and all that good stuff, you know.
I hear you. Me too.
Tonight's case should be pretty interesting, man. This episode, this is one we go back to, man, from the beginning with me and you. Not from the beginning, but it was one of these cases where, man, it was interesting. It was, we caught the first time we ever caught anything on video was in that house, in this house in Ephrata.
Yeah, I was just
And
watching that before we came on.
the video.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it is cool. That's probably the best video I've ever caught on anything that we've ever done.
Oh, definitely.
It's I don't know, man. From all the stuff that's happened to her in that house, it's definitely going to the point to where maybe it's something negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that myself since you and I had last talked about it, especially since the daughter just got pushed down the steps.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of scary, man. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because now it's starting to get physical, and
Well, over the years, it has been physical with her. It's been directed toward her a lot, and now it's starting to go toward the youngest daughter,
yeah,
which is kind of scary.
yeah, it is. It's a shame that
Yeah.
they've been dealing with this for as long as they have.
Yeah, I mean, when we first started it, they were definitely worried about bringing in clergy and stuff like that because they were babies. That I
Yeah,
think the daughter wasn't even born yet when we first started doing that case, and I definitely believe they were definitely worried about maybe something bad could happen to the kids, which it could. We don't know.
no, we don't. That's the scary part. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's weird as hell. I mean, some of the stuff, and it's not like it's an old house or it's it's something built in like late 1800s or it's just a regular house in the development. Maybe it's the land. I really don't know. I know the cloisters were a big part of the land up there, and I'm
Right.
thinking maybe that land was associated with the cloisters. They were a cult, so a religious cult. But I this black thing that we caught, which I did put a if anybody's out there want to go to the link, they can go to that link that I posted in the chat room, and that'll take you to the video that we caught in that house of that black mass, which is really really cool. Probably one of the best pieces of evidence that we've caught over the years. Um, that was the first case we did that we caught that on too, which was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That we caught that.
It's hard to believe it's been that long. It's been like, what, 11 years? Something like that?
Yeah, I think it's 10 years, I think.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah, since we've did that case. And we've only been in there twice, so this is good to be going back there. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully we
But
can help her out.
this time we got to go back and get some hardcore evidence for I mean that's some good evidence we have, but they want to the church wants to see more so they could come in and possibly do an exorcism. So that would be I've never had an exorcism done before, so this would be a first for us.
Yeah.
Been part of like a ton of blessings and stuff like that, but never an exorcism.
No, this would definitely be the first for that.
Yeah, I mean it's it's weird, man. That place is is freaky, man. Like some of the stuff that we'd had happen in there. The first night that I was there, she was telling me that she was seeing the black figure in the bedroom, and I was like, okay, I said, well, I'll set a camera here, and she said, well, sometimes it's a mist, sometimes it's a figure. She described it as looking like a little kid at one point with like blue jeans and a red shirt, but it didn't have any face, like a black face. And
Hmm.
I was like, wow, that's really creepy. She says first she thought it was her son. Her son was small back
Right.
then, and he's a teenager now, but he was a little kid back then, and she thought it was him. And she's like, what are you doing?" And then he just like evaporated, like nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, the first time we went there, we seen the light anomaly in the kitchen, which was weird because I had set the camera up in the bedroom, and she was still in the house, and we had went downstairs. I set the camera up, got it, everything rolling on it, and went downstairs, and we're sitting in the kitchen talking, and seeing this light anomaly going across the ceiling. It was it was like red, and then it turned green, or it was green turned. I couldn't remember exactly, but it turned colors and then like zipped up into the ceiling. I was like, "Whoa!" She's like, what was that?" I was like, "I have no idea. It was some kind of light anomaly, but it was weird as hell, looking some kind of like ball of like plasma or something. That's kind of what it looked like."
Yeah, I do remember you guys talking about that because I think I was one night down in the basement at the time setting stuff up, and you had seen that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Think I was setting a camera up down there, and I had missed that one, and you had told me that. I'm like, I couldn't believe that had happened, that you saw that.
what was really weird was it kind of those like lava lamps, the old lava lamps.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what it kind of looked like floating through the air. It was weird
That's
as hell,
weird.
and I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like that ever again.
That's
Only in
really
that
strange.
house. Yeah. It's
Jeez.
just, we heard disembodied voices, you know what I mean? And at one point, I think up in their bedroom, they can never keep the door closed. It always stays open, the closet door. It comes open on its own. And if you ever, if anybody's out there want to watch the video, you get to the video, you'll see whatever this thing is. It's manifesting out of the closet, which is pretty cool. And
Yeah.
it moves across the room. It does it over a 15-minute period, which is amazing that you we catch it in that long of a period of time. One thing that sucks is the camera systems back then really stunk. Like the quality of the cameras weren't that great, and nothing like we have today. Like today, we have 4K, we have all high def. Back then we had they were just junk.
Yeah.
It's like they were real staticky and
Get that grainy look
crappy,
to
and
it. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just I was like, damn, I wish we could. Hopefully, we go back, we get this thing on, all our new high definition cameras. Because I'm telling you, if we get on that, shoo,
Oh, you're definitely
that
gonna notice a difference for sure.
oh, it's going to
Big
be a
difference.
big difference,
Yeah.
really big difference. I'm waiting for her to call in. She does have children that she's attending to, so hopefully she calls in. She might not, but I hope so. She said she would though, so let's shoot her a text here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this Saturday.
Oh, I am too, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I have talked to Bishop Long about this case, and he's interested in it. So he was asking me where she lived, and he might get involved with this if we get enough evidence to him.
Yeah, so we're just going to be able to try to do as much as we can to get as much EVPs or disembodied voices and things of that nature, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
for him.
basically doing a lot of religious provocation. See if there is something negative that it'll react to the religious provocation, and we can
Yeah,
document it. She
yeah,
will be present with us Saturday, so I'm hoping with her being there that's going to increase the activity of the house.
yeah, I hope so too. Especially if, she gets involved and start basically asking questions and, standing up for the house and stuff and basically just say, hey, this is my house. I'm tired of this. You need to go. Things like that. We'll just see what happens because I know I'm going to try to be doing the same thing because this is like I said, they've been dealing with it for too long, and this thing's got to go. Whatever it
Oh
means,
yeah,
you know. I mean, now,
yeah. I
like I said,
mean,
now you got a child, the child that is now getting pushed down the steps. That all of a sudden this is happening to. Why? Why is it targeting her now all of a sudden? Is what I'm
yeah.
concerned.
It's really weird. For the longest time, it's been directing its kind of energy towards Shelby, and I think she kind of got used to living with it and dealing with it. But now, that this recent incident happening where it pushed the daughter down the steps, I think she's kind of had enough of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says, she's get these bad feelings in the house. Like she doesn't, they're all depressed and negative when they're in the house, but when they leave the house, they're fine.
Hmm.
Then when they come back to the house, it's this negativity all over again. And I'll tell you what, man, the first time I was in there, that we were in there, it was it was interesting. It was a weird, weird feeling. I don't know if you felt it, but I felt it was definitely a weird feeling up in the bedrooms.
Yeah, I did get a weird feeling up there for sure, up and upstairs, almost like
I
something
know
was
when I went.
watching you.
Yeah, man. Like I remember, I sat in that. I don't know if you were there on the second one. I went there the second time. I don't think you were there the second time. Yeah, you were when
I
the
think I
dog was
was.
there.
Yeah, the dog was there. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I remember I was sitting in the closet and something poked me in the back, and that man, I
Yep.
freaking jumped up out of that chair. I was like, "Whoa, dude!"
Yeah,
And you're
I
like, "What?" I'm
remember
like,
that.
something like definitely like almost like they took their thumb and jabbed it right in the middle of my back. I was like, "Yeah, there's definitely something up with this closet." I don't know. Maybe that's the way it comes in, or it's. I hate to say portals, but is it some kind of a portal way that it comes in that way, or
Yeah,
I
because why
don't
else?
know.
Why else would it be in the closet? You know what I mean? That just seems weird. Why
Yeah,
would you stay in there?
at one point, she she said that she was sleeping in the son's room, which is the daughter's room now, and the son was hearing her voice, like mimicking her voice, saying, calling his name,
Hmm.
sounding like her. And now the daughter's starting to hear it as well,
Okay.
like all the time. It's happening all the time now, and she's definitely getting worried about it. And that is definitely something to worry about. I know if we've had our names mimicked, our voices mimicked in an investigation. And it's pretty creepy.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah, like a couple times we've heard it like say your name, say my name, and like, did you call me? And like, no. Like, really? You didn't say
Yeah.
that? That sounded just like you. I mean, just like when we did the Franklin house, that one EVP or not, that was a disembodied voice. That sounded like you, but it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't. As soon as I listened to that clip, I was like, man, that sounds like me. And it just goes to show you they can use that those sound waves, that vibration in order to communicate.
Yeah, they definitely do, man, because there's been a bunch of times where it's been with your voice. I think probably a lot more than it has mine.
Yeah, lately because we got another one that was from I think a couple cases ago. I think we went to the college there, and we got another one that sounds like my voice again.
It happened
So,
in that Duncannon case we did too. Remember?
oh, that's right. Yeah.
You
Yep.
were like, I was like, "Is that you?" And you're like, "What?" I was like, "That sounded like you." Like, I didn't say anything. I'm like, "You sure?" Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm positive." I'm like, "That sounded just like you, man." It was, and we caught it on the recording too, and we're like, "What the hell?" We've had so many creepy things, and this house. I wish we could have had more time to really investigate this house over the years, but we haven't, unfortunately. I mean, this is only our third time going back in there, and I'm definitely a little leery about going back.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
creepy.
Like I said, we got to be on our guard with it. I mean, especially now since the things that we need to do, to try to get more evidence out of here in any way we can. We'll see what happens. I mean,
Yeah,
it could easily get physical with one of us.
yeah. You remember at one point in the night, it the dog was there. Remember, the dog started reacting to something that we couldn't see.
It did. Yes, it did.
He started growling and looking up at the stairs, and we were like, Hmm. Wonder what the hell that is over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we even
Yeah.
heard. I think there was. I forget who was in the living room with me at the time, but we heard I think a disembodied voice in between us. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It
I
was
don't,
say get out or something like that.
something like that. Yeah, because we all heard it.
Yeah, I captured a really creepy ass get out up there in that bedroom. It was like, get out. It was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Yeah, it was kind of creepy. Well, we hear that shit a lot. You know what I mean? Like you hear get out
Oh,
all the time, man.
it's
Get
pretty
out and
con.
help me's. Yeah, I'm
It's
like, you hear thousands of help me's.
absolutely. I remember sitting there at the stair steps, the bottom of the stair steps, that one night. I forget which one it was, but man, it just I was getting that creepy vibe behind me.
Oh yeah,
It's
man. Those
like something
steps are
was.
creepy.
Yeah, I kept looking up that way, and I was like waiting for something to like be standing up there. It didn't, but it just I kept getting that weird vibe.
You know what's weird is that's where the daughter got pushed recently. Was on the stairs.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, she said she felt this cold breeze come up on her, and down she went, like someone shoved her.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
good thing she's okay.
yeah. GP man says sometimes the voices are in different languages. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yep, we caught one not too long ago in a house in Marietta, Pennsylvania. And it said out in German. It said "Aust," like "Aust" in German. I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, "What the hell was Aust?" It was like "Aust." I
Yeah.
said, "What the hell is that?" And Todd is German, and he's like, "It said out in German." I was like, "No way!" And he's like, "Yeah,
Hmm.
man." He said, "That's German
Yep.
for sure." And you can even hear the accent of the EVP. And I'm like, yeah, and I know it wasn't Todd in the house because I was the only one in the house when I captured the EVP. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, especially around this kind of area because it's a lot of it was Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah, it's broken
People.
German.
Yep.
They speak like broken German, which the Amish they have their own language. It's kind of like a broken German, right? I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm
What's
part
he?
I'm part Pennsylvania Dutch, so I'm part German.
Oh, okay. So you know how to speak that shit or what?
A little bit, not much.
You're watching the Amish Mafia on there.
No. Oh, I think I know what he said. No, I didn't.
I used to watch that shit religiously, man.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like Amish Mafia.
I couldn't
Oh my
believe that
god.
show. It's like of
Oh yeah,
all the stuff they're putting on TV, you had to put that.
yeah. I'm like, I didn't know the Amish had a mafia, but okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you one thing: they like haunting places a lot.
Yeah, they do. Well, a lot of them had all those farms and stuff back in the day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I hope she calls in. I sent her a message. I ain't getting anything. Hopefully, um, everything's okay in there. That house is crazy, man. I know at one point she had cameras up in the bedroom, and the wires got cut somehow.
Okay.
They were cut literally like with a pair of scissors, man.
Ooh.
She showed me the wire, and I'm like, "That's a really clean cut. Like someone cut them with scissors. Like, why would someone cut your baby cameras? You know what I mean?
Great.
That was creepy."
Yeah, because it shows me that it doesn't want to be seen.
Yeah.
At least like that. So
Well, the one night she said she slept in there because the son never wanted to sleep in that room, and she's sleeping in there with the son, and she wakes up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's kind of like freezing in there, and this thing's at the edge of the bed. It was there. It was in the room with her, and she said it was like 7 foot tall.
wow,
Yeah, and it was black.
that's
Like
crazy.
she said,
Black.
almost looked like Bigfoot, but it had red eyes.
Yeah, I remember you were saying about that. And that
Yeah, she's like,
how many times did she see that?
I think more than once. I know that. She sees the black thing like all the time, like over her bed. That mist that we call that black mass that we caught on camera.
Yeah.
She sees that all the time. So uh, it's just a creepy thing. I just don't know what the hell it is.
And it's like, what does it want? All this time,
Yeah.
what do you want? And that's kind of stuff that I'm curious about, and I'm going to be asking when I'm there, and see if we get any responses from it. You figure
Hey,
out
you know
what's
what's
going on.
really weird was the one time we were there, I had walked into the kitchen, and as soon as I walked in the kitchen, I heard a disembodied voice, and it said, "I thirst." I was like, "I thirst."
I
I was like,
remember that. Yeah.
I turned around. I was like, did somebody say like I thirst or something like that? And then everybody's like, I didn't hear anything, but I was plugged in too,
Right.
doing. I hate saying it, but doing live EVP. I
Yeah.
just call it plugged in. Everybody's like, it's a live EVP.
Just say plugged in.
Because
It sounds
yeah,
better.
because all this pair of celebs in there. It's live EVP. Okay. It's live EVP, but
Yeah.
it's plugging in. You're just plugging into an audio device, and it's amplifying the sound by 10 times what you would hear with the naked ear.
Right.
And as soon as you do that, it kind of sets you apart from everybody else hearing things. And you notice I've always done that since we've been investigating,
Yes, you did. Yep.
and I've caught a ton of stuff doing it that way and hearing a lot more. I'll be like, dude, and I think now that you got a really good recorder, remember the last investigation that we were on, you were hearing it too,
Yeah, it was. That Tascam, man, that recorder, man, it's so
man.
sensitive. You can hear your intestine.
Oh yeah, man. You can hear
You
your
can,
like stomach digesting food,
yeah,
man. You're like,
I know.
wow,
It's
what the
crazy.
hell? Yeah,
You
like
know what?
one investigation, my stomach was like digesting food or something, and I thought it was like something paranormal. I'm like, dude, you hear growling or something? And Nick's like, yeah, I hear it. And I'm like, what the hell is that? He's like, it's you, ain't it? I'm like, I don't think so. Well, yeah, it
I know
was
that.
me.
Yeah. Well, I know lately, like, I think since I got that thing, there was the 2 cases ago. I forget which one it was, but it got so staticky. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah. Yep,
I don't
mine
know what
did
that
too. And that,
is.
you know what it was? It was in that case that we did in Lidditz.
Yeah. It was that
Yeah,
one in
man.
the Tower City Dolphin case that we were at. It did the same thing.
Yeah.
It was actually worse there.
Really, it's picking up on some kind of electric magnetic fields or something.
It is because as I get closer to our equipment, oh man, it just goes crazy. Like the
Oh yeah, man.
monitors and stuff. Oh man, it's just
Yeah,
loud.
I was surprised because you know at first when we first started that one investigation, it was crystal clear. You could hear like a mouse pissing on cotton. You know what I mean? And you're like,
Mm,
man, it's so clear.
right.
But toward the end of the night, when we started getting a lot more activity, it started getting real staticky.
Yes, it did. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And
Yeah, I was like,
when
what's
it
wrong
was
with this
weird.
thing?
Yeah, because even at that dolphin case, I had a case or a situation where Tom had the K2 meter. K2 meter was going off, and I could hear the static from about, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet away from him. It was affecting
Really?
my audio.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah, that
But
that effort
now
case,
that I got that thing,
I'm real
go
interested
ahead.
how that's going to work out in there.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm hoping. Well, the nice thing about, like I said, you're able to hear more from that thing. And I've always been the one not to plug in because I kind of want to hear maybe where it's coming from. But then again, I'm also missing out on, you know, stuff that's coming in at a low frequency. So that's why I decided to go with that and start doing it more.
Yeah, and I was
I
talking with
got tired of
Rob
you being.
from what's that?
I said I got tired of you being the only one hearing them half the time.
I know. I'm like, why the hell am I the only one hearing this shit? You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm like walking into a room and I just heard "Get Out." You're like, yeah, right. I'm like, I'm serious. I just heard "Get Out." Listen, play it back. There it is, right there. You're like,
Yep.
how the hell are
It's
you
time to
hearing that?
change
I'm like,
that.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm a little nervous about Saturday, to be honest, dude.
I am a little bit, but I know it needs to happen.
Yeah. it's a long time coming. It's been like 10 years since we've been back there.
Yeah.
So, but it's just one of those cases, if it's going to go really good or it's going to go really bad. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be not going to be any in between. It's going to be good or it's going to be bad.
Right.
And I'm hoping with doing a religious provocation that things don't really, really amp up, to the point that something really freaking nasty happens.
Yeah. My concern is mainly when we leave.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm concerned about. I don't think the thing has any problem like getting physical with us. That's for sure. Because it has. It's touched me before, and I don't know, man. Just sit. If Todd wants to get in that closet, yeah, hey, man, go ahead. Get in there and
Yeah.
shut the door.
Exactly.
Go
Well,
ahead. You
there.
want to you want to sewer your oats? Go ahead.
Yep. We'll be there watching you on camera.
I wouldn't sit in it.
No.
Not that I, from what I've seen coming out of it.
Let's put it
Um,
this way. I wouldn't do it by myself.
you know what I never did notice when we were there? If they had an attic.
I think they did, didn't they? I think it was a pull down attic, wasn't it? Was it?
Because at one point, if you watch the video, and I did, if there are people out there listening, I did put a link in the chat room earlier on, and it's to that video. But if you watch that video real close, it almost looks like there's black stuff that's emanating from the ceiling too. It's like stringing down, kind of coming down from the ceiling, like a almost if you I don't know if you ever seen the movie Poltergeist when the ghosts were coming down the stairs and was throwing off these stringers like these whispery, wisp like stringers of white stuff or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like that coming out of the ceiling at one point. It's really brief, but you really have to look at it. But if you look at it, you can see it. You're like, whoa, that's like coming out of the ceiling. It's emanating from the ceiling too. And
Yeah.
whatever it is, it's really, really smart. It's not like it's something that's residual or some kind of a haunting. That's this thing really knows what it's doing.
Oh, yes, it does.
It's
Absolutely.
really smart. That's the scary part too. When you go into a place and there's something, intelligently haunting a place, or it's a negative kind of haunting, which is I'm definitely leaning a lot towards it's a negative haunting, just because one they've had foul smells,
Hmm.
and every time I've ever had a case where it's been something with foul smells, it's been usually some negative stuff behind it. And I'm not saying demonic, but
Right.
there's I've never seen anything demonic. That's the only sucky thing about what we do. That's kind of stuff is far and in between. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I mean,
some
at
of
this,
these some of these paranormal groups, they see it as something demonic every case they go on. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, there's another demonic case, and I'm like,
no, there's no
dude,
proof of that.
been doing it for 20 years, and I've never seen anything demonic yet.
I prefer, like you, I prefer to say negative for now till we.
Yeah, I mean, I in this house as well, it's something negative because one, the foul smells. They've been assaulted. The husband actually was pulled off the couch
Hmm.
not too long ago, and he was laying there watching TV, and something yanked him off the couch onto the floor. From what Shelby was saying, and then these foul smells. She's been pushed, tripped. She gets tripped all the time while she's doing stuff around the house. She's been shoved down the stairs. Their children are always
Mm.
sick. Like something's kind of like draining them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
This is like wearing. This sounds like it's wearing everybody down.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they leave the house and they feel terrific. They come back to the house and there's no longer feeling terrific, and it's like this gloom. Like
Mhm.
gloom doom kind of thing. You step back into the house and you're feeling it.
Yeah.
It's weird, and there are places that are like that because we've been in them.
Yeah, we have. You can definitely tell the difference when you go into a home. You get that weird vibe to it. Other ones, you're more relaxed. You don't feel so nervous when you're in there.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you have to look over your shoulder every time you turn around. But some of those, man, they freak you out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's been a whole lot of cases that we've been in where I haven't felt bad at all. I mean, we've done tons and tons of cases over the years, and some like I don't know. There's a few choice places that we've been
Mhm.
that have been where I did not feel easy at. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, we've had a few like that. I agree.
Yeah. GP man said he's never heard of entities being in new homes, always old homes. That's what's weird about this place. GP is that it's a fairly new development. It's not like it's. I mean, it's maybe been there 20 plus years, but that's not very old. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
and there's a house connected to it. It's like a duplex, and the people next door don't experience anything, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's not like a wall is going to stop an entity from going from one house to the next. And that house is connected to them, which is
Yeah, it
weird,
seems
right?
odd.
Yeah, it's
It is
totally
weird.
weird. Now, their new neighbors, they have new neighbors now. And the new neighbors said that their dog does do weird things. Like it stares at the wall that connects their house and it'll just sit there and stare at it for no reason. Just sit there and stare at it.
That's funny.
And yeah, it'll start
My
growling at some point, or it'll whimper and do all kinds of really weird stuff. She said it'll just stare at it for hours and hours at it. And
wow.
that, that's weird, right?
Well, yeah, because it's obviously sensing something's there.
Yeah, and we both know that animals are definitely highly sensitive to paranormal activity.
Yeah, we've been part of that, so
We've
we've seen
seen
it.
it. Yeah,
Ah,
we've seen it firsthand, which has
yep.
been pretty incredible, actually.
Yes, it was. I'll never forget that day.
That was wild, man. I was like, no way this is happening. You know what I mean? We're like,
No.
actually getting evidence. We're trying to get video footage for a TV show, and and this stuff happens. We're like, whoa, this is awesome, dude. This is this is cool.
You'd almost think that we wrote the story. You know, almost like we got it scripted or something, but no, it didn't work. It just happened that way.
Yeah. Excuse me, but that's like one of the few places that I didn't really feel afraid in. I didn't feel scared or anything like that in Duncannon.
No, I did not either. Nope.
I mean, at one point, certain times it felt like whatever was there didn't want to be bothered. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't want to be bothered, but then other times it felt like it wanted you there and wanted to communicate. And we had a lot of things happen, but in the Ephrata case, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like more like it's creeping all the time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right. I mean,
Like
because
whatever's in the
even
house is creeping and watching, in
yeah,
the shadows, and it's just this weird feeling in there.
it's just like waiting for the perfect moment.
Yeah, to do something, sort
Yep.
of just like the Maryland case.
Yeah, exactly like that. That's what it actually. This case is what it reminds me of, the Maryland house.
Yeah, like that case was almost identical to this one, almost identical. Only problem is we didn't see anything in the Maryland case,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
I mean, I think
I can't believe we didn't.
I know with all the activity going on there, you think we would have.
Yeah, I mean we did have the camera move up in the attic that one time. That was pretty cool.
That's true. We did.
Now
But
that sucker was cool because it panned down and then panned back up like something. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see it's having difficulty moving the camera because remember we had it screwed into the ceiling, the joist of the attic.
Yeah,
I had
because
my
it.
screw gun and screwed it in, and it was tight.
Oh
And
yeah,
that thing it
it's
was shaking the camera, and it went "Vroom," and panned down, then "Vroom," and then panned back up. We were like, dude, what the hell? And we weren't in there.
no, 'cause I remember going up there and trying to recreate it. I think, and you can barely. It's tough to move that camera.
Oh yeah, man, I had like 3 screws in that thing. It wasn't going anywhere.
No, I mean just to tilt it, up and down. It takes some effort to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm wondering, in this Africa case Saturday, if I don't want you to go up in an attic, though, dude. It's kind of creepy in there. But I'm telling you, watch that video, man. Like it comes down from the ceiling. It. If you really watch that video, you watch at one point when that thing's manifesting by the closet, something's coming out of the ceiling.
I know.
It's like these
Well,
stringers are coming out of it's weird, man.
I'm
Really
trying to
weird.
remember. I'm trying to remember if she does. I thought she had a pull down, but I'm not 100% sure. I saw it right on the when you go up to the second floor, right up where the steps are there.
Where the top of steps are.
Steps are. I thought it was there. I'm not 100% sure because it's been a while. Um, I don't know. It might be something. I'm not saying I have to go up there, but maybe peek up my head up there, put some a camera or a recorder or something
Maybe,
up
yeah,
there.
maybe throw a wireless camera up there or something, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Just to see if something manifests up there. I could put I don't know if she has Wi-Fi or not in there, but I could put a Wise camera up there.
Yeah. Could do that
Yeah.
because it'll follow that movement.
Yeah, that tracks motion. So that would be a good idea.
But don't forget, we also got that ultrasonic motion detector I bought, so we can use
Oh
that too.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped up about it because man, it's just if we get this thing on film again with all
Mhm.
the high definition cameras that we have, it's going to be amazing to see what it looks like on high definition.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see it so much clearer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was kind of weird, I when the first time we went there, we met the sister-in-law, and she was really nice. And I don't know when we went back the second time, she had changed. Like she was different, almost like her whole demeanor had changed, and she was kind of gothy looking, and um, just just I didn't get an overwhelmingly warm feeling from her. You know what I mean? She was really nice the first time we met her, and when we did the reveal, remember, she was really nice.
Yeah,
But then when I went back, when we did another investigation, I left. Matter of fact, we haven't been there. Well, we haven't investigated 3 times, but the third time we did leave the cameras in there for a week. They went on vacation, remember?
that's right. I
And
remember
I
that.
set the
Yeah,
cameras up in there for a week to see if we could catch whatever was in the house, but we didn't catch anything, which sucked. I thought
figures.
I was for sure that we were going to get that thing on film, man, and we didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, why the hell did we get anything? And I'm thinking because there was no one there.
Yep. I was
There
just
was
gonna say
nothing
that.
for this thing to pull energy from to manifest and do something. There was nothing there. There was no one there. I
Nope.
think this thing uses their energy and to manifest and do things. They really do. I mean, we didn't get a whole lot of high K2 spikes when we were in there
No, I don't. I think
or
if I
EMF
remember,
readings.
I think it was like if I remember correctly, 2 to 3 milligauss. It wasn't that high in certain areas. It's like normal
Yeah,
readings.
I'm kind of bummed. I don't think she's gonna come on tonight, man. She said she wasn't. Well, she's got, like I said, she does have small children. So, well, their youngest daughter's young, so
Yeah.
probably giving her a fit. But damn it, I wanted her to come on. She's agreeing to come on, but I guess tonight just wasn't the night for her.
She didn't respond back. I'm assuming.
No, no, she hasn't responded back. She did earlier, but I haven't gotten anything back. I think she said that her daughter was giving her a fit earlier, so
Yeah.
dang, sucks. I will definitely want her to tell her story because she has a lot of stories to tell. I'm definitely going to get her back on here though. She's going to come on
Oh
and
yeah.
talk about it. But she really wants to talk about it. I said, well, you talking about it could help a lot of people
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm
Make
sure there are thousands of people out here that are experiencing the same kind of things that she's experiencing. You know what I mean?
right. It'll make her feel better talking about it, and like you said, it'll reach out to other people too. So.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely interested in trying that experiment we're going to do this weekend. This weekend would be cool.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't get
looking
to
forward
do
to
it
that.
last weekend, but I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm gonna set it right up by the closet, man, and
It'll
just film it.
it'll definitely give it enough to feed off of. That's for sure.
Phew, that thing, dude, it spikes EMF levels like off the charts. It doesn't even register.
Oh God.
Yeah, it doesn't even register, man. It'll
Don't
fill
get
that room with EMF like you wouldn't believe. I mean, that thing is that Tesla coil is gonna be wicked, dude. I mean, wicked. I hate saying that word, but it's gonna be wicked. If it needs energy to manifest, this thing is gonna give him the juice he needs or it needs,
Yeah,
whatever.
I hope it doesn't interfere with the cameras at all. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it may. It may. I'm gonna set the camera up in the same location where I caught it the first time, and
Yeah.
I think I might put 2 cameras in that room actually. But you know, from what she's saying that the daughter's experiencing a ton of stuff. The daughter doesn't want to sleep in there either.
Oh, I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to either.
And she said they just keep the closet doors open because they can't keep them shut. She said every
Uh,
time they shut one, it opens up on its own. Something opens it up.
I forget how many kids does she have now?
2.
Two. Okay, so she's
She has a son he's a teenager now, and the daughter is like 11, I think. But she's
okay.
she's coming into being a teenager real soon,
Yep.
which may increase activity even more with puberty and
Puberty. I was just thinking that. Yep.
yeah, like kids going through puberty will produce, high energies, EMF levels, and get a lot of paranormal activity to happen.
Yes, it will.
And it might be connected around her as well. She might have the same kind of thing. Like Shelby's always had things happen her whole life, you know.
Hmm.
So maybe her daughter's the same way. You know what I mean?
Could
Maybe
be.
she has this medium kind of ability. I don't know. Maybe.
I was kind of thinking that. I was wondering.
I mean, it all goes back to what Dr. Taft was saying is like a lot of these hauntings are based around an individual and not a location
Yeah,
or a house.
because you said that she's had this before she moved in there.
Yeah,
Shelby.
she's experienced stuff her whole life.
Yeah.
And a lot of the cases, even the one we did in Newcastle, she was another one experienced things her whole life. The one we did up in Kim, she's experienced things her whole life. These kind of places, they're not places. They're not. It's not the place that's causing the activity. It's the person.
Hmm.
It's like poltergeist activity. It's based around an individual and not a location. Now, is it that person producing a phenomena? It's possible, but it makes you think it's possible just on the fact that when we were there that whole week, we caught absolutely nothing.
Right.
But when they're there, the activity's there. When they're not there, the activity's not there. Dude, we didn't catch anything on video. That whole week they were gone on vacation, we caught nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Not even a fly flying around,
Hmm.
which
And
is
then again,
interesting.
yeah, and then again, she could be, I don't know, like
It's like a catalyst for it.
basically, yeah, like she could be like it needs to feed off of her, right? Or she's more open to these kind of things. So she's
Yeah.
seeing this stuff.
I mean, just the fact that we seen it and recorded it is amazing. Now, what Dr. Taft was trying to explain is that it's it's a location as well as it is a person too. It's not that the house is haunted. It's when you get a certain individual in a certain location where the geomagnetic fields and the electric magnetic fields are all aligning with this person.
Hmm.
That's when the phenomena occurs. You know what I mean? Like as he was saying, they're the DVD player for the DVD. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I'm wondering, since you're saying that, is there any possible way when all this is happening, and I hate to use the P word, but is it opening some form of portal? Is it
Yeah,
opening, because look at Laura's house, for example, same thing,
yeah. She's
it's,
another one. Like whenever she's around, you have weird stuff happen.
yeah. Like, is there? It
Actually,
just seems like
you
there's a
have really,
connection.
yeah, you have. We had high levels of stuff that happened when she was around. I mean,
We
we did
did.
the Frankenberger Museum. Remember, she got touched in the museum. When we were there the one time, we didn't have a whole lot happen. When she went back with us when she went back with us the second time, we had a bunch of stuff happen.
Yeah, because honestly, in that place, as small as that was, I did not really expect us to get anything. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
I didn't either. I was like, oh man, this place is like so little. Man, this was like a dud, you know?
exactly. But then she was there with us, and man, we got so much stuff out of there.
Yeah, I mean, she got touched, freaked out, and bailed out, and then we heard noises in there. We never heard that the first time.
No,
The first time we didn't hear anything in there. When she was there, we heard stuff moving around in there when we weren't in there. She got touched. We captured voices. We called EVPs. Uh, I just can't explain that. And that's where when I was sitting at the table with her, and she's like looking at me. I swear to God, man, her eyes were they were glowing. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced, and I was like, "You're kind of freaking me out a little bit." She's like, "What?" I'm like looking at her in her eyes, and her eyes. Remember, her eyes were really blue,
yeah,
and I'm like, "Your eyes look like they're glowing in the dark." And she's like, "Huh?" I was like, "Yeah, you're kind of freaking me out a little bit." Like, I didn't want to look at her. I'm like, kind of freaking me out. It was like that movie Dune. Remember Dune? How their eyes would glow blue.
yeah, I remember
It
that.
was kind of like that, man. I was just like looking at her like didn't know whether to bail out or what. I'm like, might have to get up out of here or something. You know, something weird with her. She's falling into kind of possession or something. I
That's
don't know.
that's
I've
strange.
never seen a possession. You know, like I said, I went and looked at people saying they were possessed, but you know, they just need some psychiatric help. I don't think they were possessed whatsoever. Um, but it's just like everybody wants everything to be a demon. I sure the hell don't want it to be a demon because I've never encountered anything like that. You know what I mean? Or a possession, or it's just it's weird, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, to have something like a demon, I mean, no, I don't want to be anywhere near that.
No, no, I'm not equipped to handle that. You know what I mean?
No,
Like something a possession, or I leave that for the experts. You know, what I mean, I'm not an expert in possession. I have no idea how to deal with it. To be honest, you know, just doing the religious provocation is scary enough
yeah, and
because
to
we
me,
don't know the powers and the possibilities of what these things can do.
I mean, this to me, this thing, these those kind of things easily kill you.
Yeah,
You
I would
know,
think you know if it can move large objects, it sure the hell can do something to you and cause really physical harm. You know.
yeah, and that's the thing to go back to, not only her case, Shelby's case in Ephrata, but also the Newcastle case. Think about the strength that it would have needed to not only push people, trip people, pull someone from my couch, and now you got the Newcastle one where you had that oh what was I going with that? Where it's just got really physical with people. It's just crazy. You take a lot of strength to do that,
Yeah, I mean, like, where the hell are they pulling it from, though? You know what I mean? Like,
right? Like with
I
Carl
mean,
with the chair, when Carl got pulled from the chair like it did. I mean, Carl's a big guy. It take a
and
lot of
yeah,
strength to pull him out for there.
and he's a total skeptic.
Yeah,
He's a total skeptic. I mean, if anybody's met Carl, I mean, this guy is like, some really serious stuff has to happen for him to believe it. You know what I mean? Even when we were in the case and the front door came open, he's like, "Oh, the wind blew that open." I said, "The wind blew that open my ass." He's like, "What?" I was like, "No, dude, the wind did not blow that door open." He's like, "You sure?" I said, "Look, man, I shut the door, and I know that door was shut
yeah,
because if you're, I have that video. I have to post that on here too. But you know, I hear the door handle moving, and if you watch the video, you see me look over at the door because I hear the door handle jiggling like someone's trying to open the door. And as soon as I look over, that door just blew open like the police were coming through it. Man, I was like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "What?" I was like, "He goes, that did not just happen." I was like, "Yeah, dude, that just happened. Like that door came open on its own, and it came open
yeah.
with a lot of force." And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, maybe that was a truck that went by." I was like, "How did the truck unlatch the door? How does wind unlatch the door? There's no way, dude." And he's like, he's always trying to find an answer to it. And I'm like, "Well, let's get up and go out and see." So we go out, the door's open. Now the owner was outside, but he was like, man, 3 blocks away from the building. There's no way he could open that door and got
Yeah.
3 blocks away in that time. It's not even possible.
Yeah, you would have seen him running.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
and when I came out, he goes, "What's wrong? Everything okay?" I'm like, "The front door just opened up on its own." And a lot of the activity was based around his vestibule area of the studio. Uh, he was seeing these lights and stuff like that, and it was weird, man. It was totally weird.
I mean, you're looking at a lot of force to do any of that. It's crazy.
I mean,
The thing,
if you watch the effort of the video, right, the Black Mass video.
yeah,
Now that thing is pulling energy from what? It's pulling energy from the atmosphere
right.
to create itself. There's nothing there for that thing to create a black mass. There's nothing there, and it's pulling energy from what? Yeah, it's just pulling energy from the atmosphere.
That's what's amazing about it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
anybody
just
watch the video, go to the chat room if you're out there listening. Go to the chat room, hit that link, and watch that video. I mean, I watched that video, and that was I was watching it like 1 o'clock in the morning. I wound up calling members. Oh my God, you got to check it out. This is amazing. It was an amazing video I've ever seen. And it's still,
it still
still watch
is.
the video in
Yeah.
amazement. Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point we had it on YouTube. It had a lot of hits, but a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's fake. You can do this." And I was like, "Look, dude, you can say whatever the hell you want. That's real. What you're looking at is real. That's 100% real, 1,000% real."
Right.
And I would go up and take any polygraph, anything someone wanted to give me to say that if that was real or not. That is 1,000% real.
Yeah.
And some of the people with their negative comments on it, I was pissed and I took it down. I was like, these people, man, they have no idea what they're looking at. You're looking at something that's real. You know what
Right.
I mean?
And
This
believe
is a
me,
real phenomena that's happening, and you're sitting here talking about it's fake. I just pissed me off to no end.
yeah, and believe me, you and me, I mean, we don't even have that. I would have no idea how to do any of that stuff, and neither would you.
Hell
So,
no. I'm barely lucky I'm able to do this podcast. You know what I mean? Like, I run into all kinds of freaking problems doing shit. I'm just like, there's no way I'm that technologically advanced on a computer
yeah.
to do anything like CGI and all that shit. I hear all the CGI stuff. I don't
Oh
even know what
no.
CGI means. I just hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got CGI. You did it with CGI. That's easy to fake. I'm like, no, because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah. Say that's way over my head.
Hell yeah,
Way
it's
over-
way beyond what my capabilities are on a computer.
Exactly.
Uh, I can scroll and look for shit, stuff like that. But other than that, that's it. You know.
That's that's
And I
funny.
am so pumped to get back to this case this weekend. I'm a little nervous though. I'm a little nervous because I haven't been back there in phew,
Yeah,
10 years,
you and me both,
and
man. Yeah.
now the activity has increased. She said it's really been active this week so
I
far.
want. I wonder if because it knows we're coming.
I don't. It might. Every time I've talked to her on the phone or something, like the phone gets disconnected or there's weird noises on the phone. I mean, there's just so there's a lot of weird stuff. I was hoping she was going to get on tonight, but definitely doesn't look like there's only 5 minutes left. But
Yeah.
um, anyway, I don't know something must have happened because she's usually on the phone. I'm hoping it's nothing bad,
Yeah.
but
Hopefully she's all right.
yeah, kind of worried a little bit, but uh, yeah, I guess we'll get there kind of early, get everything set up, and hopefully we catch this thing again, man. That'd be great.
I'm hoping. Hoping for sure.
You and me both. I'm excited to get back there, but nervous in the same token.
That
Just
place
because
is
we never did religious provocation in there before, and I don't know how it's going to respond to it. You know what I
no.
mean? It's like I said, it's either going to go really well or it's going to go really bad.
I think we'll know in the first few minutes
Yeah,
how things are
I
going to be.
definitely. That's what I told the guys in the chat. I was like, don't be alone in the house. Like I said that in the Newcastle case. I'm going to say in this one,
Hmm.
don't be alone in the house in case something happens physically, paranormal wise. Get something gets physical. Someone needs to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't want it to be like this, San Pedro case where the guy gets hung up in the attic by some unseen force and
right.
someone dies. You know what I mean? I don't need that on my head.
No, no. Well, we don't need that.
No, I mean that, and it could happen. That's the
Yeah,
scary part of it. It could happen.
yeah. I just don't want anybody going there like they're tough guy. That they're going to be able to, stand up to whatever's there because we don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was
It's.
telling Todd. I was like, don't be all gung ho, dude, because you're a greenhorn at this shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what can happen. You don't know the capabilities of these things. I hear people saying it all the time. I'll run right at it. You're full of shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say to him. You're full of shit because you have no idea what these things are capable of. Okay, you run right at it. What's gonna happen if this thing takes you and snaps your neck? You know what I mean? Or throws you across a room somewhere and you smash your head into something, dude, you just don't know.
No, we don't. That's what worries me. You
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
have no idea the strengths of these. I mean, like I said, they can move big objects, furniture. They have no problem moving you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or smacking you, or punching you, or throwing you downstairs, or levitating you. I mean, I've
Yeah.
never seen a levitation yet, but
No.
who knows?
But that's like I was saying earlier, if they're able to, I could see maybe moving smaller things, where it's easier to move. But if we're talking like heavy things, that's extremely concerning that you're able to
Oh,
move what 200, 300 pound person like it's nothing,
yeah.
you know.
I'll tell you what, it moves my fat ass. I'm 300 pounds. It moves me. I'm worried. Big ass is worried. Oh, hey, man, this is the move. I just got lifted. We're getting up out of here.
Yep, I'll be like, dude,
Yeah.
dirt,
Yeah, we're
run.
going. Shelby, you might want to move because it just lifted my big ass up, and I'm a pretty
Yep.
big guy, and I'm pretty
And
strong
yeah,
at
that's a
that,
problem.
So I would be worried if you're. And that's the thing, how can you fight something you can't see too? You
You
know what I
can't.
mean? Like you get say something smacks you in the house, and you can't see it, but you're being physically touched by something you can't see. It's not there.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you see something, you can stick your hand through it. Okay.
Yeah, it's not physically. It's not physical. There's no matter there. It's not
No.
like a person where you can grab them and battle with them.
Right.
There's no physical body there. That's the really creepy part about everything that's involved with paranormal stuff is there's no physical body there, but they can get physical, which makes no sense.
No, because I was just, how are they able to do that then? You know,
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, right? Like how the hell can they touch you and you can't touch them back? It doesn't make
'cause they
any
have
sense.
no, they have no body, no physical form. They should be able to do that kind of stuff. Is
Yeah, I
it?
mean, like I said, just like in this case, this thing is manifesting from nothing. You watch that video; it's pulling energy, dude. It's creating mass. It is creating a mass. I mean, if you
Right.
watch it, there's a door jam there. That thing creates the mass. It gets so dense that you can't even see through it anymore to see the door jam. The door jam becomes black. You can no longer see it,
Yeah.
which
It's cool.
which means it's creating mass of some sort. It's some sort of mass that's creating.
Yeah. It's
How the hell does
insane.
it does it from nothing? You know what I
So,
mean?
and the only thing I also I could think of it is it doing something with its mind? Is it a mind
Yeah.
thing?
Is it ghost? Is it alien? Is it some kind of alien technology that we're not
I have no idea.
we
No.
have no idea what it is? You know what I mean? Is it demonic? I don't know. I mean, a lot of people would say it's demonic because it's black or it has a foul smell, or I I, I just don't know. I'm not an expert at demonic things. Like we've been doing this for over 20 years, and I don't have any more answers. I have more questions than answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I still don't. I don't know. It's just we still need more.
Everything we're saying is basically just a theory. You know
It
what I
is.
mean? Like We can't prove a thing.
No.
That's what's frustrating about it. We know it's there. You know what I mean? It's there. We're experiencing it. We're hearing it. We're seeing it. We're smelling it in some cases. We're being touched in some cases. And just there's no answer to what we're experiencing. You know what I
No.
mean?
Nope.
There really isn't. I mean, I don't think we've gotten any closer to figuring anything out than we have 50 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
We haven't,
we got all this
unfortunately.
equipment. We got all this equipment, but none of it's really proven to pick up ghosts.
No.
What the hell is a ghost? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it really a dead person? Is it subconscious mind that lives on? I mean, like, what's in this? What makes this house that we're going to any different than any other house in the United States? Why is there activity in that house and not right next door?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
None.
That's where it comes down to, whether it's like you said, the person themselves,
Yeah. Or are
or
they producing a phenomenon?
right, are they producing that, or do we know for a fact that someone had passed away in there? Do we know if there's any type of negative things going on? Like you said, the land. Um, when they were having rituals and stuff, did they maybe open something up? I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's possible. Now, I know Shelby did say that someone lived there before her that messed with Ouija boards and stuff, but I mean, everybody's with this big thing with Ouija boards
I
too. You
know
know what I mean? Like, it's demonic. They're demonic. It's a form of communication. It's no
it
different
is.
than EVP questions. You are
It,
opening a line of communication up with something in that location or what's in the hat, or you're opening a line of communication. Period. That's
yeah,
it. Whether you're using an inanimate object or you're doing an EVP session, you are opening a line of communication that can be dangerous either way.
it can be.
Either way, it could be dangerous through the board or it could be through an EVP session. You know what I mean?
It's basically all the same thing. It
Yeah,
is.
it's the same. We're establishing a line of communication. Period.
I, I mean, if that would be the case, you and I would have all kinds of shit in our houses.
Yeah, dude. All the EVP sessions we've done over the years.
I know.
Holy shit!
We'd have so
It's
much stuff
just
moving
like,
around the houses.
I mean, I do have weird shit that happens in my house from time to time, or I don't feel easy in the house. Sometimes like there's something there,
Yeah.
and I have had knockings on the doors and stuff like that, and just weird shit. My daughter has too.
Hmm.
Has experienced things, and come around the room. Dad, there's something in my room, and I'm like, go in the room, and I'm like, there's nothing in here. She's now there's something in here. It's like watching me. At one point, she thought it was my brother-in-law had just passed, and I'm like, that's not him. It's something that's been here for a while. I said, I don't know what it is, but it's not him. But
Hmm.
it's something that's here. But it's not here all the time. It's just here every once in a great while. But when it happens for like a little bit at a time. Like for a week, you might have activity, and then I don't have anything for like a year, 6 months, months. You know what I mean? A year or two. But then when it happens for like a week straight.
Yeah,
Weird stuff.
and we don't know how these things could come and go as they please. We don't know
Oh yeah,
how if they have any form of travel, or like I said, any form of gateway or something that they go through, and our world basically combines with theirs, and who knows.
yeah. I'm totally interested to see what's going to happen this weekend. Like I said, I'm excited, but I'm a little leery on the same token because, like I said, we've never done the religious stuff,
Yeah,
and like I said, it could go very well or it could go very bad.
yeah,
I'm expecting if it's something demonic that it's going to go not too great. Like we're going to have experienced a lot of weird stuff.
because once we
If
start doing that, and we're gonna know. If it's
Oh
anything
yeah,
demonic, it should show it. It should prove it right there.
yeah, with religious provocation. Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. Well, I don't know whether she's going to come on tonight. Sucks, but I'm definitely going to have her on. We'll have her do a part two of the Black Entity episode
Yeah.
and have her on. And
Sounds.
Don, man, thanks for coming on tonight, man. I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
too bad we didn't get to talk to her, unfortunately. But
Yeah, no problem, buddy. I appreciate it.
So yeah,
I,
we'll definitely keep everybody posted on this case that we're going to do this weekend because this is going to be interesting. I'm excited actually to see what really happens.
yep, me too. Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, man, I'll see you Saturday. Actually, I'll probably stop up your house here this week and grab my recorder so I can download all the great stuff I get to listen to from the last two investigations.
Yeah, really. You got a lot on
I
there,
got a
believe
lot.
me.
I got a lot to go over, man. Oh my god.
Yes, yes, you do.
So, thanks for coming on with me tonight, brother. I appreciate it, and
You're welcome.
I
No
will see
problem.
you on Saturday.
Okay, we'll see you then.
All right, brother.
All right. Have a good
See you
night.
then. You too, bud. Well, folks, that's it for tonight. We're gonna wrap it up. Unfortunately, Shelby couldn't make it on. She had a little family issue with her daughter, I believe, and kind of sucks. But we'll have her on again. We're gonna get her on, and she's gonna talk about all of her experiences she's had in this home in Ephrata, and it's been a hell of a lot. She's seen a lot, so definitely tune in again, and we're gonna have Shelby on. We're gonna do a multi-part series to this episode and really dig into all the experiences that this lady's had in this home because it's creepy. Trust me, and we're gonna be there this weekend doing an investigation on it and religious provocation and who the hell knows what's gonna happen. So. Thank you all for joining me tonight, and we'll see you again real soon. You guys have a great rest of your week, and catch you guys on the flip side.
That will conclude our broadcast of the Paranormal Journal podcast. Have a great night.